Are you listening? Damn.
All right. Another episode of Trash Talk. I'm Damian Hill. With me, as always, is TJ O'Connor. Tonight we have Jay, the Magic Man Paulson, who's getting ready to fight September 14th against Ben Ross. How you feeling tonight, Jay?
Feeling pretty good, actually. Just got done working out with training and going to the gym.
Oh yeah, you look good and you look healthy. How's the weight cut been going?
It's been a struggle. It's been kind of a struggle, keeping that fucking weight on, trying to fucking move up 20 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah. Me and TJ were talking about this. Since you've actually fought at 170, I mean, you started off your amateur career there, and now to be moving back up after such success at 155, what's the motivation behind moving back up to 170?
Well, there wasn't really any motivation. I texted Eric and I was like, hey, can I get a fight at 155 as soon as I heard about the card? About a week and a half, 2 weeks later, he said, Ben Ross at 175. And I was like, well, how about like 165, meet somewhere in the middle. Yeah. And he wouldn't cut. So finally I was like, fuck it, let's do this. Because Eric's offered me this fight probably 3 times in the last 4 years. So I was like, let's just get this one out of the way so I can just go back to where I'm supposed to be.
That's funny that you say that, because when Damian and I were speaking before the show, I mentioned this is a fight that if you would have told me this was going to happen when you guys were amateurs, I expected that. But early in your pro careers kind of caught me sideways. I mean, I like the way you're going into this. You're jumping right into the deep end. You mentioned just hearing his name so much, you wanted to fight him. What is it about this fight that intrigues you most?
Ben's obviously a good fighter. He's big. He's strong. Me and him have actually trained together a lot over probably the last 4 or 5 years. So like, we've been pretty much a stalemate. So I'm excited to see who will come out in a real live competition, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. No. I mean, the fact that you're moving up in weight. I mean, granted, the fact that you had so much success at 155 and then moving up against Ben Ross. I mean, and you said that the times that you guys have trained together, it's been pretty much a stalemate.
Yep.
I think whether it's been a stalemate in the training room or anything like that, I think regardless, like you're gonna earn a lot of respect for moving up in weight, and if you can pull off a victory or even just. Dude, I'm so excited for this fight. Like, as soon as I seen that the fight was announced, like, I got super excited about it because it's such an interesting matchup on paper. And just when I watch both of you guys fight, the fact that I know both of you so much, I mean, your last fight against Ash, you being so long, but being able to fight in the clinch and in the clinch and
distance down.
Yeah, I mean, and him being a stocky guy and being like a wrestler type, him trying to get inside on you might actually play into your type of game. And then if he does stay on the outside, you're a long motherfucker.
No, and like that's actually what I'm really excited about, because for like the last 5 weeks, I've been going up to the cellar, working with them every weekend. For the last 2 weeks, I've been going up and working with Brock's guys. Like I've been getting my ass kicked for this camp. To like, yeah. I walked into Brock's last weekend, and it was like Bobby Lee, Tyler Matheson, Angel Potacek, and they were just beating the shit out of me, and I fucking loved it.
Hell yeah. And those are some big guys. Those are guys that fight at that weight. So you're training with guys. I mean, you're getting the size in camp.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Getting a chance to work with Bobby Lee at any point is always great work, especially I feel like there's a lot of similarities, as Damian just mentioned, between him and Ben's style. I'd have to imagine for this one being at 175, that's your natural weight. That's where you're training at and feel comfortable.
Yeah.
How do you think that's going to play into your cardio? Do you think not having to get down to 155 is going to help you more dig deeper in the waters?
Well, see, that's kind of the thing. Is like I walk around probably about 185, 190, like outside of camp. During camp, like the first 4 weeks of it, I'll get down to about 170, 165, and then finish my camp from there. But like, even like today, like I was out running and like I just felt fresh the whole time, because like I'm not killing myself to get to that last 10, 12 pounds, cutting weight. So I feel good going into this fight. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like just speaking from experience, like when it comes to cutting weight, there's certain times where I felt like cutting the weight hindered me.
Yeah.
Sometimes it motivated me to get in better shape, and I ended up not having to cut too much weight at all because I was already in good shape.
See,
And
that's
then
half of it that scares me. Is it like I'm used to cutting it where you get so pissed off and angry that you fucking having to cut all that weight? It's like
yeah,
I'm not gonna have that going into it, you know?
yeah. So like but I mean, granted that you don't have to have that. I mean, it's probably you might feel a little bit better that day, but
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna
just like
feel a little looser. I'm not gonna have those
yeah,
cramps going in the fight, you know? Because
yeah.
like that next 24 hours trying to get all that shit, those nutrients back, like your body is shit.
Yeah, it's basically it went through shock and now it's in recovery mode. And then
Yep,
most people fight while their body is still in recovery mode. I mean,
yep.
there's the fact that you're not going to be cutting, and the fact that I mean that you're already in, I mean, on fight weight or close to it. I mean, going into the fight, how do you feel that your cardio is going to be, your shape is going to be, the your body's going to hold up in the distance, knowing that the fact that you didn't
I
have
think
to
I'm gonna be
deplete
able to hold
yourself.
on to my power longer because usually like I have pretty good cardio, at least in my amateur fights, going into that fourth, almost fifth round. But like at the end of it, like I could tell that I was draining off from those. But now I think
Yeah,
I'm gonna be able to deal with this fight no problem. Because even
yeah.
in the
I mean,
Ash fight, third round, I was like, holy fuck, I'm ready to be done
yeah,
because like my body
yeah,
was just burnt, you know.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
We've seen a lot of success with the guys at the UFC level that have been fighting at 155 their entire career, and then all of a sudden, like, you know what? Let's move up to 170. Let's see what I can do without cutting the weight,
and
and their
actually, one of
bodies
the
have
things that
reacted better to
inspired
it.
it was
Sorry,
when
what was
we
that?
talked to Tony. One of the things that kind of inspired it was when we got to talk to Tony. Me and him were kind of bullshitting. He goes, "You should not be fighting at 55. You're tall enough. You have a long enough reach to be at 170. Like, try it. Don't fucking kill yourself to get at 55 if you can win at 170. You know."
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
So we're gonna try it out and see what happens.
And that's such great advice from a guy who's so well established in the game. You mentioned a little bit of the cross training you've been doing here. What's this camp been like? This fight's been announced for some time. You knew about it. How did you
It's been
orchestrate
about
it?
9 weeks. So we worked out a deal because we're affiliated with both Brock's Gym and the Cellar.
Mm.
So we worked out a deal where I got to go up there and train. And again, it's been about 5 weeks I've been at the Cellar. And I just started training at Brock's last week. So it's just
Oh
been
yeah.
nice because, like, honestly, for like the last 3 years, we haven't had any fighters in our gym. So when I got to work with fighters, it'd be when I was coming up to work at James or other gyms because we were basically a jiu-jitsu gym and workout Muay Thai gym right now, you know? We don't have that fighter caliber. So like these last 5 weeks, I've been working with people that want to fight, and like the sparring's
With
been
killers,
like,
motherfucker.
yeah, no, exactly. And it's
Hell
just
yeah.
like the biggest like point for me is like, okay, I can still take these hits, I can still take these punches every weekend, you know?
Yeah.
So like that was one of the things I was kind of worried about moving up is taking power from such a bigger guy. But now that I feel comfortable taking them from people like Bobby and whoever else is out there, it's just like, okay, this doesn't bother me.
Yeah, well, I think it goes back to some of the things that were brought up when TJ Dillashaw fought Henry Cejudo. It's just like cutting yourself and depleting yourself, like losing the water around your brain or whatever, is like
Yeah.
makes you able to take a shot less. And you've been able to take a shot while you've been cutting that weight. So now that you have all that water around your brain still, it's like, dude, I imagine you'd be a whole lot fucking tougher.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned the fact that you've been mostly at a jiu-jitsu gym, not getting a lot of looks, and guys have seen the success you've had, so they can only imagine. I get excited hearing you say that, to see the progression of your skill coming into September 14th. Is there any teammates or sponsors you want to give a specific shout out to tonight, Jay, before we wrap this one up?
Dude, honestly, I want to say the thanks to everybody at Imperial.
Yeah.
Chris at the Cellar and letting me come up and work with them. Brock at Start BJJ and St. Cloud and everybody there. This has been one of my favorite camps because like I'm finally getting to like I feel like that next level where I'm working with those next level guys, you know? Because there's levels
Oh,
of this shit, you know, and I'm trying to fucking upgrade.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm looking forward to it, Jay. I love your attitude, the energy you have just over 2 weeks out from this fight. I wish you nothing but best of luck here finishing up camp. I'm not going to be there in person on the 14th. I know Damian will be, but I look forward to seeing the video. This is a great fight, definitely deserving of a main event, and kudos to you, sir. I look forward to it.
Thank you, guys.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah.